So today, the San Jose Sharks re-signed goalie Kahkonen to a 2-year deal worth about $2.75 million per year. And, I think this move is pretty decent. I mean, I think the thing with Kahkonen is he didn't get too much of a shot in San Jose last year. He had, out of the three main goalies on the team, he had the least amount of wins among Reimer and Adin Hill. But I think he didn't get much of a chance. He was acquired last year from the Minnesota Wild. And I think the problem with the Sharks, obviously, is we have too many goalies. Last year, we sort of started out with the tandem of Adin Hill and James Reimer. Reimer kind of, stood out as the better goalie. But then the issue was Reimer sort of disappeared. Adin Hill got hurt. And the Sharks sort of had to resort to acquiring other goalies. Alex Stalock was one of them. Some of the goalies in this Barracuda AHL system got a shot. But Kaapo Kahkonen was a acquisition by the Sharks, of course, during the midseason. And so, I mean, I think he's a pretty decent goalie as far as I'm concerned. I mean, his save percentage, 912, and it seems like the Sharks like having him. They said they were excited to, re-sign him. He's 25 years old, and, he's a guy that I feel like they could have long-term should he be good for us. But I think the thing is this hinting that the Sharks are going to get rid of either Reimer or Adin Hill? I mean, I think the thing is, both of which I feel like are at equal or better caliber than Kaapo Kahkonen. I think Adin Hill is probably the worst of the Reimer versus Hill debate there. I think, Reimer is very solid. He had the most wins out of, the goalies we had last year. And so I think he's a guy that, Kahkonen, I think he's a guy that we could sort of fit into this system. And I think if he gets more time, that might be, a guy that we could sort of utilize. Reimer had 19 wins last year. Hill had 10, and Kahkonen had 2. Of course, Kahkonen was only on the team for, a short period of time due to the fact that we got him midseason. But I think also the thing is he was sort of given a defense that didn't really provide for him much. And I think sort of the thing is, Kahkonen would have a very, very strong game, but he'd also have to save 35 shots and lose. So I think that kind of goes to show that his goals against average doesn't really tell you much when you look at his save percentage, 912. That's pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, with Minnesota last year, he won 12 games with them, and I think that's why the Sharks wanted him. And of course, the Wild were sort of stacked with goalies. They had Fleury, they had Talbot at one point. It was just the thing that the Sharks needed to get with the lack of health coming from Reimer and Hill. And I think it was a good move. So I think this extension is pretty good. I don't think it's groundbreaking, but I think it's something that might get the Sharks some wins should their defense stand up. And he had a pretty career year. I mean, I got to give it to him. And hopefully, we'll figure out soon our goalie situation, considering we have so many goalies within the Barracuda system and the Sharks system. So yeah, that's going to do it. Sharks re-sign Kaapo Kahkonen to a 2-year extension. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go Sharks.